I think one question that a lot of people have is the 10% for the big guy remark.
Not from me. And I'll tell you exactly what it was. It's from a guy named James Gilliard, along with Tony something.
Bobulinski.
Okay. Yeah, Tony Bobulinski, who claims to have known me so well. You know how many times I met Tony Bobulinski? Maybe 4, maybe 3 times, in which I told him to go fuck himself and that I wouldn't do business with him, in which they're negotiating a deal, not having, by the way, anything to do with Burisma. Nothing to do with Burisma. It had to do with a entity that was starting a U.S. entity of a Chinese energy firm, in which they wanted to partner and create an investment vehicle. And James Gilliard sends a email, not me, sends an email to 6 other people, including Tony Bobulinski, in which I'm CC'd on, in which he proposes equity splits, of which he says 10% for the big guy. And I don't know what James Gilliard was referring to, but I know this, is that structure, that proposed group of people, a proposed partnership to do like an energy, number one, was occurring when my dad was out of office and was not a candidate for president and was 2 years away from being vice president, and his career public service, according to everybody else, was over. So number one, who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? Number two, I didn't say that. And number three, it never happened. So 10% for the big guy, go fuck yourself. My dad has given, 32 years, 40 years of his tax returns. You have every tax return I've ever had. Every one. You can go find them on the internet. I had the DOJ, I had the FBI, I had Crim Tax, I had the Oversight Committee, I had the Judiciary Committee, I had the Ways and Means Committee in both the House and the Senate. I had the U.S. Attorney's Office in L.A., in D.C., in Baltimore, in Delaware, in Pittsburgh. All investigate me.
Holy shit.
All of them. At the behest of Donald Trump beginning in 2017. And what did they come up with? So you think that there is like some hidden 10% for the big guy because this motherfucker, Tony Bobulinski, who's some, wannabe, a soldier who tried to convince me that he was a part of did what you did, was one of those guys? And maybe he is. I don't know. But all I know is every guy that I've ever met that did what you did never told me that they did what you did, or tried to impress upon me that they did. And that's why I told Tony to go fuck himself. They never did a deal with anybody that suggested 10% for the big guy, which, by the way, again, occurred when my dad was neither vice president nor president and was never going to be in public life again, even if he was. So I'm not blaming James Gilliard. If James Gilliard sent that and his intent was maybe he's going to be able to get the former vice president of the United States to be, somehow involved in this, then why would you be able to say that? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? He's selling. I mean, I will be surprised if when they leave this White House that the copper pipes are still in the walls. I'm not joking. It is the most openly corrupt, and everything that they do, Sean, is projection or confession. So I'll say it to you again, is that I believe that it was a mistake because I was very, very naive about what a viper's den Ukraine is.